Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Michelle if you're new here. Those of you that are returning, thanks very much for supporting the channel and all your comments and sharing. It means a lot and gives me insight as to how you're doing on your soul path and if I'm assisting you or not. So don't hesitate in your comments to share what's going on with you or if something resonates or why it resonates, as well as any focus or topic suggestions that you'd like me to tune in for. If you'd like more information on me, you can go to soulplayground.life. You can also tune into Awakenings with Michelle Mache every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time on Blog Talk Radio, and the archives are on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and other podcast platforms. Please subscribe and like the videos if you watch them and resonate. That helps the channel and the community. It helps more people find the channel as well. And it just kind of feels good to see the likes and the comments, especially if it resonates, if the reading resonates and why. And it just still fascinates me how we're all interconnected, and tuning in through the subtle energy, you can really pick up what is going on individually as well as for the collective. And that's why I call these soul path readings or soul path stories, because we incarnate in soul waves that are then reflected or manifested through soul groups or soul tribes. But the soul waves have specific, usually 2 to 3 main learning lessons and 3 to 5 sub-learning lessons that we're integrating for more empowerment, healing, and soul expression, which of course comes through our creativity or self-expression. So we manifest these through our soul rays. So it's pretty amazing on the soul playground that we are living upon. So we're going to be looking today, I'm going to be tuning in, already actually shuffled, and I've already did my meditation and tuned in. I'm going to be looking at what needs to be revealed, to be let go of. What are you letting go of to let go of the new? What if there's anything blocking you, stopping you, since we're coming across a new year? If you haven't watched my video on the elements, earth, water, fire, and air signs, that can give you some more clarity as well. And I will be doing what's coming up in the new year. That always gets woven in. As a psychic channel, and an empath, I really read trends, energetic trends, and what is coming through astrally and etherically to be encoded and manifested. Yeah, it's kind of like on a similar to the soul wave. It's you see what's coming through energetically that's going to be more manifested into the denser reality. So we're going to look at the healing. What is going on a healing level. And what I did is I shuffled until I heard stop. So some piles have more soul story stacks, or piles have more cards or different cards. I'm looking at the archetypal energy, since we manifest through archetypal energy, kind of like the hero's journey. That might be something you want to look at. Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. And when we're going through major changes, shifting, and letting go or releasing, we're in a major archetypal passage. And of course, when we have new beginnings as well. So this is going to be soul story number 1, soul story number 2, soul story number 3. So take a look. These will be time stamped. And going to tune in a little bit, so if you can just take a breath in if you're not driving, and release. And as you close your eyes, bring your awareness into that space in between the in-breath and out-breath, and center there. Consciously breathe in as you're focusing on that space in between the in-breath and out-breath. Centering inside as you breathe out, letting that exhalation be a little longer than the inhalation inside. Breathing in, allowing your inner gaze and even focus to be on the in-breath and out-breath. as you focus on that space inside and feeling yourself centered. Bring your awareness a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet above the crown chakra, connecting into that natural pause point, feeling your connection through the higher self to the innate intelligence of the all that is, the innate intelligence of the universe. Opening to receive the divine messages that guide you, direct you in love, light, wisdom, and fulfillment of your highest desires through your very own soul expression and soul experience. All right, let's get to soul story number 1 here. We've got Chrysocolla, which connects us to the heart chakra, as well as finding your own song. And it's the heart chakra as well as the throat chakra. Singing, speaking your truth, living your truth, being comfortable perhaps in your skin. I feel the Chrysocolla also manifests what is most in alignment to you or attuned to you. So some of you may be manifesting what is more in alignment to you, what is more of your truth. So let's look and see. I'm going to move these cards back just a little bit. So the archetypal passage that you're working through is the star. So a lot of you are receiving your wishes, but you've also been doing some deep healing, or you need to. What you need to let go of is non-belief, the belief that you're having to do it all on your own, or that you have to apply a lot of effort. This is also Kuan Yin in the center, so this is really about being receptive. Perhaps you're a star seed, an indigo, crystalline. It's about getting into your star nature, meaning what is above the earth plane. And I don't mean in the sense of judgment. I mean in the sense of recognizing that everything is of spirit or spiritual and manifests in physical form. So in other words, we're consciousness made manifest. So when we focus more on on consciousness or the cause, then we affect, right? We affect what we create. So what I'm feeling for this whole story is not to focus so much on the effects, in other words, the results of what you want, but on the idea. Let go of having to focus on results. Focus on being cause, that how you live, what your ideas are coming from, there are cause. Move into the knower. This is the star card reflects Aquarius, right? So we are crystalline beings, right? So you want to drink a lot of water. I feel like this group may need a bit of balance. Again, that's what healing is. Healing comes from the Old English word called ohalen, which means wholeness. So what is wholeness? And wholeness comes from integrity or integrous, which means equal parts. So you're needing really to focus on letting go of what causes imbalance, what swings you all the way from the left to the right, and I'm also hearing judgment, and open to receive your insights, your direction, to receive the messages that let you know what is right action for you. So you may be trying to do things from an egoic level, from the little self of struggle, and so it's letting go of that. That's going to bring you the most abundance, the most love, the most light, the most wisdom, the most fulfillment. So you're already manifesting, or you have manifested a lot, and you're in a deeper healing. A lot of what you want is coming through. This is a phase of renewal for you. So that's the archetypal passage that you want to align with, is renewal. Renewal in belief, in faith, renewal in your dreams, your ideas, renewal, refresh for the body, recharge. Go out at night, look at the moon, look at the stars, be more in nature. So that is the archetypal passage. Put this here. So we're going to leave that up here. And let's see what you're manifesting. Okay, and what are you letting go of? Okay, you've got the 8 of Wands, You had a lot of cards. Oh, you got the Hangman. So you actually have two archetypes. So you've got the Star, but you've got the Hangman, which I'm seeing as like reconsider. Wow, you've really gone through a lot of changes. Okay, you've also got the Ten of Cups, the Chariot, which is decisions, perhaps movement. You've got the Three of Cups, the Magician. Wow, so you've got three archetypes: Seven of Earth, Ten of Fire, and you've got foundations and achievements, or Four of Wands. So what I'm getting here is you're in a major passage, a major change, but it's a change of renewal. So you've probably within the last year or two have gone through a lot of change, deep inner change as well as outer change. With the Chariot there, you could have moved. Some of you are going to your next level of, I'm hearing creativity, but I'm also hearing soul connection, connecting more to your soul, expressing more authentically. There's some things that you have to wait on. So some of you are pushing, but I really feel like, again, in every ending or whatever we're letting go of, we're drawing in. So some of you are drawing in more soulful relationships, more kindred spirit relationships. Some of you are drawing in or creating the space, again, whether male or female, the receptive nature to draw in life partners, soulmates, life partners that are aligned to you. You're letting go of struggle and pushing and moving more into divine inspiration, or being guided by what you are inspired by and what you aspire to do. That's his Four of Wands, okay? So what I'm feeling here is if you can be more receptive, if you can connect more into your feminine energy, or the divine feminine, or the feminine of the all that is, the yin energy, you're going to draw in more of what's in alignment to you. Now, this is where you are already, okay? These are the steps, if you will. This is the initiation. So you've got the Magician here. Gemini, Virgo energy, very mercurial. You're a thinker, you're a doer. The Magician is take charge energy, it's move forward. What I'm seeing, even with the Hangman, is saying take another, look, reconsider, get different viewpoints, be open to different viewpoints. Some of you may feel stuck or stagnant or stalled. Some of you maybe need to recognize, wow, I've been healing, or I really am getting a lot of what I want. Maybe not all of what I want. With that Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Earth. Some of you need to release with the Cage, Ten of Wands. You need to release worry and exhaustion and pushing. Some of you, your Ten of Wands is that you're doing a lot. You're changing in an inner level. Your outer circumstances have been changing. You're putting forth a lot of effort. You're balancing a lot. So you need to take time out to refresh and renew. I keep hearing with this group, stop the struggle. So much is coming together. It's not all there. And many of you are learning to manifest more completely, or more in alignment with your soul. And some of you know, with this Magician, you know that you're manifestors. Some of you are writers. I feel writers, directors. I feel people working maybe online content, maybe books. You're putting forth your creation. Some of you, I feel that you're in startup businesses. Some of you, I feel like there's an initiation to a new relationship, perhaps even marriage. You're definitely starting something new. That's definitely a new level. I must see like this archway with this soul group, where as you go through this archway, you're forever changed. So some of you are looking around and saying, wow, my life has really changed. I'm really not the same person I was a year ago or 5 years ago. Some of you 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So to let in the new, you need to let go of worry. You need to be okay. I mean, the Hangman also is Pisces. You need to let go of sacrificing and recognizing that sometimes when we feel like we're stalled or stagnant, or we're stopped or thwarted from what we want, or it seems to elude us, it's a call to go deeper within or get a different viewpoint, a different point of view. This 12 energy, which the hangman is in the 12th position of the major arcana, if you break down that 12, the 10 and the 2, it's a 3, 12, 3. And it is reconsider it, stop and listen. But it's in the form of manifestation. It correlates to also the energy of 3, as well as the Empress, and all the 3s in all the minor arcana. That in the creative process, we need to have space, whether it's to refuel, replenish, like the star card is symbolizing here, or to see, is what am I manifesting, what am I want to draw in, does it still reflect me? And it's like any great artist, let's say even a painter, you look back and you can see chronologically what they've gone through. You can see by the series of painting or projects what they've gone through, or anyone that's doing any kind of self-expression, any kind of art, an actor or writer, you could see their earlier works. What I'm really hearing strongly is not to be afraid to reflect, that you're allowing the space to renew, refresh, to reflect, to stop the movement. Stop the movement. Lets you see what naturally, organically wants to come to you, what ideas, what people, what new direction. What do you now want to manifest that's more authentically you? And I mean just what's more you in the present, from all your healing and from all your wisdom. Some of you in this group are letting go of old visions and ways of living. This chariot here is a lot about lifestyle, but it's also, the chariot also has to do a lot, let's see if I can get this here, with being guided. It's about balance, balancing the male and the female, the void, what we call the negrida, the black, right? The darkness, what's the potential, what's not yet seen, and then the light is what is coming into manifested form. This is the formlessness, the primera materica, the primal matter. There's a balance between knowing and unknowing, or the void, the darkness, the possibilities, resting in the center of ambiguity before we know or to take action. In the chariot, there are no reins, but yet the chariot is moved through, and we're in the chariot. So the chariot's representing the body. And above the chariot, you see, Shushumna, you see that column of light that goes into source. So it's a recognition that everything comes from source. And because it is a 7, which is the number of spirit, it's about connecting to your spirituality, connecting to your higher self. So some of you in this soul group really need, what do you need to let go of? Again, having the ego or doing things from the egoic plane, or too much from plans. It's great to plan, to put things in order or motion, but you need to really connect in more with your higher self. I would definitely say meditation, journaling your fears, your ideas, even journaling what you're doing. Like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm doing that. Your to-dos. Get your to-dos, and then ask yourself, your higher self, what should I focus on right now? Or what will bring me the most balance right now? What will bring me the most peace of mind? What will bring me the most wholeness, right? That's going to allow you to tap more into the 10 of Cups. So what's coming in for you, some of you are already experiencing the 10 of Cups and you don't know it. Some of you are going to be, drawing in or co-creating those 10 of Cups on your own and with others, a significant other, but also in your work, which tells me great satisfaction. But you're almost stopping yourself. You're almost stopping yourself. You can hear my doggies in the background. Yoshi's sleeping. And then, so there's a lot more movement right now than what there was earlier. So, you're letting go to having to try to make it happen. Okay, let's look and see. We're going to look. Wow, well, there we are. Look at this. Five of Pentacles, financial and material changes. So don't let the fluctuations in what you're creating. Some of you have been coming out of a place where there's been less money, but you've had to rely perhaps more on spirit or your spiritual connection or friends, soul brothers and sisters, soulmates, part of your soul tribe, your community, and feeling fulfilled there. You're definitely in a process of manifesting. But that manifestation has to happen in a way that is not overly forced. That's what I keep going back to. There's a force where you're trying to do it all on your own, where you're not balancing, again, the inner male and inner female, the masculine. Some could say the star is a bit, because it's Aquarius, which is a masculine sign. But with that Pisces there, the 3 of Cups or 3 of Water, the 10 of Water or 10 of Cups, it's really saying you've got to balance the doing or overdoing with the receptive or the receiving. Now what's interesting here is you've got the 8 of Wands again, accelerated motion. And then you've got it here in the 8 of Fire, which is the lightning path. So changes are happening. So perhaps part of what you're letting go of is the self-judgment or the judgment that it's not manifesting, whatever it is that you're wanting, whether on your life path or in relationship, that it's not manifesting in a way that you thought, or maybe there's some surprises for you, okay? I like this card. It reminds me of a star seed, and again with that Aquarius. So some of you star seeds, your crystalline energy you're connecting to, you're remembering your star path, you're remembering your other planetary home. You're getting guidance from the angelic realm. You're getting guidance from your higher self, from the universe. You're getting guidance from those light beings, right? Perhaps from the light ship, right? There's a remembrance there, but there's also, look at the star here, there's a remembrance that it's by connecting into the universal mind. It's by connecting in through my heart, through all of my energy, my focus, that 6th and 7th chakra. It's from that connecting that all manifests, from the cause or the causal point, from the infinite source. It is in that remembering that I'm manifesting, even though maybe there's been difficulties financially or maybe misunderstandings with someone in your life or with yourself, with how things are manifest. It's still, the remedy is to move into cause, is to focus on that which is emerging, that which is coming from the higher consciousness, coming from the divine. That's the healing. So very profound. I feel the soul's path group is really you're really gonna be having some quick movement. Now now this is interesting. So the wedding. Continually breathe life into faith and love. Marriage is the union of two souls joined in love. It signifies a desire for deeper love over time. So what I feel here is this: what are you letting go of? Again, mistrust, worry, having to push. Some of you are drawing in the new year a divine counterpart, a soulmate that's a life mate. Perhaps it's a twin soul, however you want to look at that. Oh my God, move over there. It's on the tripod. So, because he likes to pick cards. Interesting. So, okay, for some of you it's a wedding. So, and again, that's the 4 of Wands symbolizes a wedding as well. This Eight of Fire, Eight of Wands symbolizes love, arrows of love, passion, the Ten of Cups, Three of Cups. You've got a lot here with, so being receptive, drawing in that life partner. Some of you it's contracts. Some of you it is working with people that are more aligned. If you're letting go, again, look at this, retreat. It's a time to disconnect from the world. Remember I said being in nature. So you need to retreat from wanting to make it happen. You visualized, you've put it out there, whatever it is you're working on, the ideas, or if it's drawing in a life partner, life mate, new job, new career. And then the other message is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith, there we go, will bring you romance. Okay, for some of you, I feel this is definitely about relationship, drawing in that romantic partner, counterpart that's going to be, your life partner, life mate. But some of you also feel that it has to do with creating, being more romantic with yourself, having a romance with yourself and with life. Getting back that magic, that sparkle. And then whatever the question is that you've asked, okay, whatever you've been wondering about, I've gotten reconsider. Now, I feel like this reconsider is let there be space. To me, this is tying in with the Hangman. It's allow yourself to reconsider your plans. Allow yourself to create something and then let it go. Allow yourself to create something and change your mind. You can change your mind. You can reconsider what it is that you want. But you're only going to find this by allowing yourself to surrender to your intuition, surrender to faith, a belief in what's not yet seen but is felt, and for some is known. It's felt and known. You know something is coming. So a lot of you are very psychic, you're very spiritually connected. And then what can you take action on? I feel for this, the taking action is to take action to start that balance, that alignment, deeper meditation, healing, recharge, becoming more receptive. Don't get caught up in the loop, because that Hangman can also be a loop, okay? Don't get caught up in the loop of worry thoughts or thoughts of doubt. Give yourself, I would say 3 minutes, 3 hours, 3 days, okay? You let yourself, if it's a little thing, if it's a tragedy, you give yourself 3 hours, right? 3 days, maybe 3 months. If it's something like a little loop, you think about it, and in 3 minutes, it's over, okay? That's it. Let me get a positive distraction now. Reconsider what it is that you want. Reconsider. What are you letting go of? You're letting go of having to be right. You're letting go of the idea that you can't change your mind or you can't reconsider. So what are you letting go of? Having to do it all on your own and being stuck in the over movement or over focus of the masculine aspect of your being, the masculine energies. Sorry, my doggies are going up crazy. It's the energy of this. By the way, this first deck was going to be the third soul story, and so much was pulling me. There was so much energy, but I could barely shuffle the cards. It was like stuck, like holding on. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to? What can you let go of? Maybe it's an idea, maybe it's a thought, maybe it's a belief, maybe it's a routine. Maybe it's just, here's a very powerful meditation, is to sit or stand. If you're standing, make sure that your legs and feet are hip width apart, no more than that, and slightly bend in your knees so you're not locking your knees. And then just put your arms and hands out like this. And visualize the people, the situations in your life, the job, whatever you're doing, whatever you're focused on, whatever seems to be bothering you, or whatever you're even creating. Maybe it's a joyful creation or a project. And then just see it tumbling out of your hands. Just see it tumbling out all around you. Just see it falling away. Just see it all falling. Just see it falling. Just give it space. Just give it space. Space is time. Time and movement allows for space. Just let it go. Just see it rolling off your back. Is it something someone said? Let it roll off your back. Let's just let go. Let it all roll off the back, because you're going to shift your electromagnetic frequency to draw in what more reflects you now and what you want, your heart's desires. You're getting your wish, you're getting your desires fulfilled. But there's a way to do it. There's a way to get your desires fulfilled. There's a way to live. It's like, take a breath, right? Take a breath. There's a way to live with a full breath, with breathing. Just let it go. Just open. Close your eyes and just feel it all going. Let's let it roll off the back, the right side, the left side, the front of the body. Just let it all. And then it will be put in an order and in a place that more reflects you now and where you're focused on your soul path. All right, I hope this brought some insight and understanding. And if you resonate, please like the video, subscribe, share it, sign up for the notifications, leave your comments as to how this reflected. And remember, it's okay to reconsider. Look at that, the sword there, discernment. It's okay to have discernment. It's okay to go in a certain direction and say no, or no, I'm going to do it this way, or I'm going to wait. It's okay to use that intellect aligned with intuition. All right, you're welcome to listen to other soul stories. Otherwise, I'm going to be moving to soul story number 2. And that was with the rose quartz here, which also have a nice big piece of rose quartz here, which all love. Self-love, self-care, self-nurturing, love of others, love of self. It's connecting in with that universal love, but with the rose has to do with vulnerability, with openness. It's also opaque, being more transparent, seeing your strength and vulnerability. So let's see what's coming up for you. What is the archetypal passage? Ooh, devil, which the devil is lived spelled backwards. So manifesting on the physical plane. Being okay to play. You know what I'm hearing with you? Being okay to be wrong or make a mistake. Try it over. If you feel you are needing to let go of obsessions or worry, overdrewing, overthinking, over drinking, over whatever, that's one thing. Also, though, this is about you learning to move into a space of what is it like to play on the material plane, in the earth plane, in the material realm. Not only to create, but to play, to allow yourself to have fun. For some of you, this is the idea of sexuality and sensuality. You see the phallic symbol here. With not getting caught in it, but again, you're on the earth plane. This is the card of Capricorn. So some of you are Capricorns that are probably listening to this or connecting with a Capricorn, or you're learning Capricornian lessons, which is Saturnian lessons. Patience, time, managing funds, managing energy. On some level, I mean, this is the goat, the billy goat. This is the earth plane, the devil card. It's about being connected but not obsessed. It's about playing in the material realm of having and money, but not over-consuming. Okay? So there could be an idea of balance here. There could be an idea that you're learning something new. Perhaps you're learning to be a little bit more of a trickster in your own life. Okay, the Heyoka medicine. Maybe you've been learning through opposites. Maybe you've been saying, I'll never do this, or I won't do this, and then you end up doing it. So you need to kind of connect this. Your archetypal passage right now is connecting more to the earth. Have you been living more in your mind or your head, or more in the stars, so to speak, or focusing on spirituality or spiritual principles and overlooking the idea of your body, care of the body, reveling in the senses, and that it's okay to do that. So let's look and see. This group, a lot of cards came flying out. Okay, you've got the Eight of Cups, and here in the Eight of Cups, it's called failure, but I look at Eight of Cups as being able to make a new decision or turning away from something or going deeper within. Let's see, you've got the Four of Swords, so there's going within. The Eight of Cups could also be going within. The Daughter of Wands, which is also the Princess of Wands. Let's see, insights. What are you letting go of? Let's see, Father of Swords and Seven of Pentacles. Failure. Okay, well, this Seven of Pentacles, some decks say failure. Seven of Pentacles is learning how, you've got stalled or stagnation here. I don't know if you can see number 12 in the I Ching here, the hexagram. It's the ability to wait. It's the ability to wait and allow the natural earth cycles to happen, okay? Everything on earth happens in cycles, okay? Our ages, we've got our solar return, we've got moon cycles, sun cycles, there's planetary cycles, we've got the cycles as far as the seasons. So everything is in cycles. So this is the ability to align to those cycles. Let's see here. Okay, the first thing I hear, and I've got spiritual union, which is Two of Cups, then I've got Six of Pentacles, movement and spiritual prosperity. This is about give and take. Both of these are balancing cards. Both of these are about giving and taking. But what I want to say with the spiritual union is that all unions begin, or the best unions begin with a union with self, with the higher self, with your own inner truth. So perhaps you're learning not only how to be more process-oriented, but how to give and take. Do you need to receive more? Do you need to give more? Do you need to put yourself out there more in life? I feel one of the things that this group is really giving up, though, is being too caught up in your head, and maybe, perhaps even you coming out of a depression, and maybe it's learning how to manage that depression, maybe to be okay that sometimes that you are depressed, and maybe it's the idea that how can you positively use your depressed or depression or going within. Journaling, maybe joining a group, maybe doing inner work or therapy, or working with a spiritual life coach or soul coach or hypnotherapist to work with the depressed or going within energies to get to free up. The devil symbolizes freeing up. So the archetypal passage that you're in is to free up. You need to free up, especially when I see here the Daughter of Wands, or Page of Wands, Princess of Wands, and the Father of Swords or King of Swords with this truth. It's telling me you need to meditate more, there needs to be more mindfulness, you need to get out of your head. You need to get out of your head, and one of the ways that you can get out of your head is connecting more with your physical body. The Six of Pentacles here, Six of Discs, and having a partnership with your body, okay? Earth, anything earth right now. It's really about connecting with your, the physical, the material. There's a book by Matthew Fox that talks about, I think it's called Original Blessing. And he talks about the via positiva, the via negativa, the via transformativa. And then the via creativa, these via meaning the ways. So this depressed energy, which can be definitely that Eight of Cups and the Four of Swords, which can be truce or taking a healthy retreat or taking a time out. It can definitely be about retreating. But what I get psychically from this group is that, perhaps things haven't been going well, or you naturally have more depressed energy. And so it's about consciously understanding that energy and using it So in Matthew Swack's book, years ago I studied creation-centered spirituality, very aligned to the awareness of the esoteric knowledge of the soul path. So the idea that in the Western cultures, indigenous cultures embrace the depression or the going within, the depress. And I don't mean clinical depression, but there's a whole new, different way of working with that. But still, this can apply, even though, again, you may need medication or whatever your, healthcare practitioner or doctor is having you on. If you are suffering from clinical or, or sometimes depression comes from hormonal imbalances, thyroid issues, taking a lot of losses, maybe illness, or people that have chronic pain. So there's ways to handle that with allopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine. There's ways to look at it from a holistic point of view, or whatever you decide is right for you. But getting back to the original blessing, so the whole idea is that the via negativity has become shadowed. We're afraid to go within. We're afraid to talk about death. We're afraid to have the pause or be in the void, be in the darkness. We always want the light, what seems to be the positive. But the light is also the more electrical. It's the masculine. So it's really a reflection of the fear of the divine Negrida, the Black Mother, right? The Madre, Negrida Madre, the divine feminine energy, or the mother of birth or creation, because that requires a going within and less control, right? So the passage of the Via Negativa has been submerged, so to speak, in our Western culture. So you can learn how to manage the deep going within, or deep healing, or feeling stuck, or having to go within. The Eight of Cups is the Persephone going down, into the inner psyche. Psyche meaning, and there is psyche going down, Persephone or psyche going into the inner psyche, which psyche means soul. So to connect with your soul, a lot of times you feel depressed or held back because the spiritual energy is pushing you inward, right? And so sometimes you need someone to help you navigate that. Soul coach, spiritual coach, shaman, therapist, counselor, hypnotherapist, whatever, or combination of all of it. So I would say with this soul group, maybe pick up that book, look at, gosh, how can I use this? How can I go deep within? And maybe it's painting a picture, writing a poem, maybe it's journaling. Learning to work with the via negativity. Because out of the via negativa, the void, the darkness, that uncertainty, working with that, the moves, what's been depressed or held back, or what's in the subconscious, then you come into a transformative energy and you can use creativa. It's circular. You can use the via creativity to get through it, and then you move into the via transformativa, and from the via transformativa you live out the via positiva. So there's this positive influence, or more conscious awareness, or something is manifested that you can see, right? That's what the light is. It's something we can see. We can feel the light through vibration, through tone and vibration. So that's what I would say with this group. It's really about that deeper healing and getting comfortable with the earth plane, letting go of judgments, letting go, learning to work with how you really are, whatever you perceive as your faults, not getting stuck, letting go of getting stuck in the mind, and you need to connect more with your body and your emotions. So let's see here. Okay, so this is interesting. So you're the entrepreneur. So you are working specifically with manifesting. So the earth plane. So you're learning how to manifest in a different way on the earth plane. Your, let me read just a little of this. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co-workers and teammates who remain loyally by your side to ensure your success in all ways. So I'm going to say here with this group is you are manifesting on the earth plane, and you're doing it as an entrepreneur. So you need to work with your own cycles of manifesting your business, your entrepreneurship. And some of you, it is about stepping forward and knowing that you can make it, right? Six of Discs or Pentacles, knowing that you're going to have the funds. But some of you have to release energy or release money. You have to put money into something new. You have to be okay to put in the effort, but know that it's going to come back to you, because some of you are perhaps starting your own business, and you have to let go that you're playing this game of building up. How do you build up your life? How do you build up your business? How do you build, a relationship? How do you work within the laws of the earth plane, integrating the universal laws? You came here to do that. You can do this. What I also feel for some of you that might say, oh, I don't consider myself an entrepreneur. This is about focusing on your individuality. Again, letting go of the judgments of yourself, of how things are happening or how you live your life, and celebrating and saying, okay, this is what makes me uniquely me. And you've got for the love life, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you and worth waiting for. I feel that's your life. Divine timing as at work in your love life. So you have to let go of, again, let go of pushing. It's cycles. Connect to the cycles and pay attention to the red flags when you're in obsessive thinking or obsessive patterns or addictions, or you're fearful of life. You're fearful of enjoying life. Again, the devil is lived spelled backwards. So are you really living? Careful of judging yourself so much. That's a red flag that you're stopping yourself. You're stopping your soul's expression. You've got to ask yourself why. Why am I judging myself or blaming myself? Why am I not allowing my own cycles? So that's what you're having to let go of. And then your answers. What have you been asking yourself? The answer is unlikely and yes. And what I'm going to say is it's unlikely that you're going to live the life that you want if you keep judging yourself and you don't work with your energy, the specific type of energetic being that you are, your moods, your patterns. Work with it. Find ways to make it life-enhancing. Find ways to make it fulfilling. And if you do that, are you going to get what you need, what you want? Yes. So I think that's very clear of what you're letting go of, and what is newly, for some of you, already coming in or trying to come in. But it's unlikely if you don't handle the issues and the judgments around life, earth, for some, sex, sexuality, being a sexual being, being a creative being, being a unique being, being a human being, right? Being a spiritual being on the earth plane. So what does that mean to be human? Again, all partnerships start from divine partnerships. So the more you're connected to your own inner truth, loving yourself fully and completely, the more you attract in alignment to that. The more love, light, and wisdom you attract, the more people that are more attuned to you, the more you can connect, less drama, trauma. But it's really about the cycles. You've really got to allow the cycles and let go of pushing. You need to learn how to align more to the cycles, your personal cycles, as well as the collective cycles. Perhaps even, seasonal cycles. What's your season? Once you let go of that, once you learn how to draw in or manifest, that brings you this deep love, this deep self-love and self-acceptance, which allows you not only to have more love and acceptance of others, but receive more love and acceptance as well. And I feel this worth waiting for. Whatever you're waiting for, whatever you're drawing in, is worth it, but you're worth it. You're worth waiting for, okay? If you're in a particular cycle and it seems to be too slow, like you've been stopped, you've had to go within, you've had to retreat, you're worth it. You're worth the time. You are worth the time. All right, I hope that's brought some insight and some understanding as to what you're letting go of to draw in the new. This is what your higher self and your soul path guides are helping you with. And if you feel a resonance, please like and subscribe. And you're free to listen to the other as well. Otherwise, let's get to Soul Path Story number 3 for Soul Wave Group 3. and we've got the dragonfly. I don't know if you can see it here. When I look at this and even what it's made out of, I really feel, because it's handmade, and on the bottom, I didn't even know it said this, I am joyful. So it's moving into the joy of life, recognizing the joy, giving over to natural joy, and creating with joy. This group moving out of illusion, or using that, the sleight of hand or illusion, to be that magician in your own life, belief in magic, to focus on the magic again in your life and in all of life. See what you're working on archetypally. Ooh, look at that. Look at those big eyes. The Fool. This is the Voyager Tarot. New beginnings, the Fool, trust. The magic. You don't get more magic than birth. The birth cycle. So you're really connecting with that magic and that mystery. You're really, some of you starting over. The archetypal passage is a major new beginning that's requiring a lot of trust. And you've got here the Two of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, or Dis, and the Hierophant. So, oh wow, here I hear it. Let the Hierophant, your own inner knowing. You're connecting more to your inner knowing, but on an intuitive level. But I want to say some of you are really, the letting go is letting go of what you knew, the past, what you learned in the past. It's a new level. So some of you are developing a new navigational system, which includes a new, for the earth plane, or the soul playground, for your life. New beliefs. So you're managing a lot really well with this Two of Wands. This is Two Wands here is Dominion. But you're waiting for something. Again, with this, there's a lot that you've put in. You've got some abundance. I feel like money for some of you is coming in. New insights, new awareness, living more abundantly. And that's not just financially with that Nine of Pentacles. It's with friends. It's with family. It's, art, music. It's, yes, it's, some people say Virgo. It could be bringing the Virgo energy here. We've got Taurus here as well with the Hierophant, Wands, the Sagittarius, Aries, specifically Aries, but Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. It's talking about creativity, but in a new way, living in a new way, trusting in a new way. But you have to let go. It'd be okay to say, I don't know, and see the abundance also in your life. Well, look at this. You got two. You got the Fool again. And this one, in this deck, the feminine energy being receptive, the zero above the crown chakra and on top of the world or the earth. Find your place in the earth. And then you're working through the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, and Nine of Swords are suffering in silence. Okay, so it's not been an easy path, but you're having to get in touch. You're having to let go of knowing it all, or again, of what you knew. And you have to connect it with the seventh chakra. You're the only one that got a chakra card here. Connecting in with the magenta realm or magenta ray, which the seventh chakra is the purple ray or amethyst ray, the violet ray. As you get into the eighth chakra and above, you get into the magenta realm or magenta ray of light. This has to do a lot with the collective unconsciousness, definitely working from a soul, working with the soul tribe, soul group, and connecting through humanity. So some of you, I feel in this soul story, number 3, are teachers, are healers, are in leadership roles, are somehow leading others, whether it's through writing or speaking, or perhaps it could be politically, it could be environmentally, it could be within a school system, it could be administrative. But whatever the leadership position, could be mother and a father, leading family. You're having to lead. Some of you have come out of, there's some self-doubt here, and some of you have come out of some situations that have been really traumatizing and just left you exhausted, especially mentally exhausted. Or what I feel a lot with this group is somehow, some of you I feel like could be even working with mental health or therapists, or working with medical, maybe people, surgery or medical professional trauma. I get it could even be overseas, or I don't know if it's like Doctors Without Borders, or maybe you're rescuing, maybe an animal rescuing or fostering. I feel like you're working with trauma. Some of you, it's re-triggering your own trauma. I can hear reverend, priests, minister, monk. So some of you have taken that path. Some of you just came back from India here. Wow, this group is like really like, okay, talk about me, where I'm at. But where you're at is releasing the stress, the strife. Even if it's not you, it's happening with those around you, and you're having to minister to them or administer help, whether it's medications, maybe it's homeopathic remedies, supplements, maybe it's just being there. But some of you are really leaving the old behind, and for some of you it could even be working with people in a different way, or having your own startup. So what does this mean? Again, you're creating a new reality, and it's requiring that you let go of parts of the old reality, and for some of you, a lot of parts. And some of you may feel like, whoa, I've changed so much, or I'm changing so much, I don't recognize myself or what I believe in, or I'm not sure anymore. Your faith perhaps has been shaken. Some of you are working in new projects, or going back to the old but in a new way. Editing, TV, video. Some of you, it is the idea that you're going to have to let go of seeking your answers from the outside. And it's a recognition that through your own intuition, the answers are there. Definitely the archetypal passage is the Fool, and then you got the Fool in the general part of the reading. I'm hearing with you, we cannot lead until we learn to follow. And that, I feel, is following your own inner psyche, your higher self. Some of you, it's spirit guide, spirit team, but you're really learning to use your intuition. In this part of your path, you can't really use a lot of thinking or overthinking. You have to rely on your intuition, synchronistically being guided through synchronistic connections, meeting people through synchronistic, events. To lead, you have to follow, and you have to be able to let go of what no longer is working, whether it's a belief or an idea. Some of you, it could be a religion, a way of living, a routine. To allow the new to come in. Don't be so attached to what you've learned in the past that you don't allow new information, new influences to come in, or new people to positively influence you. Or just think about, oh, it's possible, or that could happen, or just let me listen to a different point of view. Don't be so stuck in the past or in your forward movement that you don't allow the new, because the new is here. So it's like being like the wonder. Go back to the magic, the mystery of life, the wonder, the awe, like the eyes of a child, open to nature through meditation. Feel yourself very grounded, yet open to allow new awarenesses. Wow, and you got shower of abundance. So I find that interesting, because you've got the 9 of Pentacles, which a lot of readers will say, oh, this is the alone card or the verb. I see this is the 9 is a completion, but the 9 is also an integration number, and it's a lot is being pulled together in the 9. And it is the ability to draw in what you need and want. okay? It's the ability to be alone or be in relationship, but yet have your own time, your own downtime or alone time. But it's the 9 is the gathering. The 9 on the tree of life is before Malkuth, before things materialize. It's a testing point. Because it's at the 9 to get that 10th pentacle. It's at the 9 that it all comes together, or you say, oh, I'm getting rid of this and I'm bringing this in, or I don't need this anymore, or I want this, okay? So the 9, when by the time you get to the 9 in your new beginnings, there's a recognition of a completion, of an integration of what you have. So that shower of abundance is to heal your financial situation. First, give us your worries concerning money. Now, that's interesting because I mentioned about money. Okay, and abundance here. We will guide you in order to show you how to create and accept abundance. As we work together, your financial situation will heal as fast as you allow. So this tells me that if you've been worrying about whatever you're drawing in, whether it's the loss of job, loss of partnership, a new beginning, or starting something new, that you will have the money, you will have the funds, that the abundance is already there, and maybe that's been the suffering in silence. So what do you need to connect in? Well, you've got the energy of the crown chakra through the color here, through that violet flame, the amethyst coming in through the crown. Spirit. When we recognize that everything comes from source energies, that person, that job is not your source. The love, the money is coming from source energies through that job, through that person, through that situation, through that creative idea, through that project. So the abundance is there, and you're handling things, I feel, well, but you're looking, you're waiting, but you're also wondering, am I going to have that abundance? So to some degree, it's letting go of the worry, but it's letting go of how you might have done things in the past. Okay, so this could be the one. You're already met the romantic partner you seek. So for some of you, you're already with the person, or you know the person, or they're coming in and there's a familiarity, or you know them, or perhaps a reconciliation, and you have to compromise. It's about learning to compromise. I feel for you, though, the compromise is letting new ideas in, new people in, new ideas. You don't have to always be right. You don't, in the new paradigm that you're living and you're co-creating collectively with all of us, you might change some ideas. So compromise to me is give and take. It's, what is pick your battles. It's stopping to listen. Maybe it's listening to new inner guidance, new insights. Maybe it's listening to someone else or considering someone else. You've got the scales here, so it's very much Libra energy, but again, it all comes from the crown. So even if we don't understand completely another point of view or how somebody else lives, we can go, it comes from source. I don't agree with it, I don't like it, I don't understand it, but it is another reflection of source. And I feel this also has to do for you is balancing within what's newly coming in to what's already inside you that you're already comfortable with. You need to compromise with yourself. You need to negotiate your own differences internally to also negotiate those differences externally. So even though you're a teacher, or you're a leader, or you know a lot, or you're very wise, maybe it's wisdom through a lot of years and a lot of trials and tribulations, maybe a lot of study. Maybe you're a leader in your field, you're expert in your field, people come to you. But there's a wisdom in what others have to bring. That brings you abundance, that brings you gain. Remember that it's all about energy. It all comes from source energies. So the abundance, whether it's material, meaning monetary, still is a form of energy. So the more you allow balance, the more abundance that you're going to have. The more you're going to be able to enjoy this passage of this new beginning. And a big part of the new beginning is the dragonfly. Is what are, Carl Jung said, and I'm paraphrasing, but about believing an illusion as long as it's an empowering one. Okay, because we can self-delude ourselves. We can be in self-delusions, or other people can be in delusions, or, delude ourselves. However, if our illusion is an empowering one, illusion is the magic, the mystery. We can make what seems to be an illusion into a reality, as long as it's an empowering one. In other words, if my illusion might be, I believe I can do anything I really want to, within realm of my soul's experience and expression, within a realm of my soul path. But I do believe I can do just about anything. Someone could say that's an illusion, but it can be an empowering one, especially if you're in the last legs of a project, or building something, or creating something, or you've been in a trying situation or relationship, and you have to believe. This is about believing. It's about aligning to that magic and mystery. It's about aligning to the same substance that the stardust and planets are made of, the whole universe is made of, which is the same substance that you are, that we all are. So it's a trust in something greater. When you look at with all that purple, it's really connecting into the spiritual realm, and there's a exaltation with that gold, with the gold and white light, right? Your key is knowing that you're being guided, even though you feel you're having to let go of a lot, or you've had to let go of a lot. Your key is in knowing that in the new level, you're a fool but not foolish. You're beginning something new, and that you may not know your lessons ahead of time. You can't know your lessons ahead of time. You can't. This will take you so far. Otherwise, it's just dogma. Your insights, your wisdom, your understanding, your information, your knowledge has to be updated. Just like everything and everyone's has to be updated. So you're in a huge updating. So you need to let go of, I don't know the answers, I don't know what this means, or I don't know if I believe this anymore. You have to it's okay to say I don't know. You need to really let go and move into that new level, or allow this new level to come through you. Even though there might be a lot of questions. I feel like I want to put this compromise here. Yeah, this might be a soul group of a lot of training, a lot of studying, get at a high level, and you're letting it go. Or you're starting something completely new job. Maybe you're now having children, and you've never been a parent, you've never been a mother or father before. Or you're in a new type of relationship. A new job title, new career path, new way of living, or you've just moved, or you moved with your spouse or loved one, or boyfriend or girlfriend, or you moved for a job, you moved out of country, or you moved back in country and you're having to acclimate, and you're like, whoa, I'm kind of disorientated, what's going on? But with the archetypal passages, the Fool, and then you got the Fool in the body of the reading, the general reading. It's huge changes, but there's abundance there, and there's a new level of leadership. But you have to trust. I feel like this shower of abundance is really about trusting your inner knowing in a different way, that you're not necessarily relying on just what you know from wisdom or study in the Hierophant, but you're trusting intuition, and you're trusting perhaps the insights, understanding, or intuition through others, that I am energy, I am that I am, the insights, the information from the innate intelligence of the universe, God, the all that is coming through other people and situations. You're getting the signs and the symbols. You're being led. You're expecting the new to come in, right? Look, this person, got the red, orange. I always look at the Sadhu color. When you get to the Two of Pentacles, it's after the Ace of Pentacles. There's a new direction, new insights. There's raw energy, and the two is now you're now managing it. You've gotten rid of what you don't need. That's what the sadhu is. Sadhu or asceticism doesn't necessarily mean not having, but you get rid of what's extra, too much, extraneous. What's too much stuff, too much thoughts, too many beliefs, too many. I do it this way, I do it that way. Too many systems within one's mind or living by systems blocks your creativity, blocks your self-expression, blocks the spontaneous life force energy coming in as ahas and ideas and insights and, yeah, new creative ideas. So the Two Wands says, okay, I've got what I need to manifest. It's about balancing it all. Balancing the yin, the yang, the male, the female, the inner, the outer. And you're focused on your world, creating your world in concert with the whole world. Yeah. And then the greenery for growth. Look how far you've come. The mountains there. You've got the red for passion. But that red, orange also about, it's earth energy. It's also. It's fire energy that's earthed. But it's balanced because too much fire or unhandled fire, unchanneled fire, action for action's sake, burns you out, right? Cause burnout. So you're knowing how to balance it. So it's also about learning what do you need to give up or just suspend disbelief on. What do you need to give up to be able to say, wow, I'm learning something new right now. I'm in a new learning lesson. I'm in a new path in my life, a new passage, a new stage of my life, and I'm learning new things. You're still learning, and that's okay. So this is what you're needing to give up, to move on, to open for the new that is coming in for you. This shows the blocks. This shift will allow the new to come in much more easily and abundantly. All right, I hope this has brought you insight. All right, as always, I love tuning in with all of you so much, and please like and subscribe as well to help support the channel if you feel a resonance. And I will be in touch. Much peace and light. Namaste.